A church in my childhood. A church there was in my childhood, where going was a nightmare indeed. A child so dreads to enter his door that he has to be dragged in, crying of possible execution by being trampled upon by grim-faced parishioners contrite over habitual, some grave sins. And later, being steamed in everybody's sweat and the exhalations of their fat padre, which cannot drown out the gathering rumors in the town that even children overhear of his debauchery with my dear pious aunt.
My childhood memory. I declare them mine as soon as I saw them. The stone stairs which led nowhere, untouched by the fire which had consumed the home, and abandoned by the owners to settle where I didn't know nor cared. In my child's mind and heart, the stone stairs had no past. Their awesome presence I endowed with my own, and there I would play with kindred souls, elves and fairies, and some people, albeit imaginary too. The only link to reality were the goats that scampered about, scattering their pebble-like leavings, which quickly I transformed into beings of elves or perhaps fairies' marbles. Sometimes dragonflies would alight on tufts of grass that grew in spots where my feet or knees didn't touch. No, I would not catch them. Elsewhere, hunting moths and butterflies, or any other winged thing, would be a sport I would not miss. But not there, not on my stairs which led to nowhere.
Little girl, with your princess feet, you cannot carry the weight of men on your shoulders. That man has fought too many battles and arrests his wounds in hands that pray to be yours, but rest in the devil's instead. Little girl, go hang your dress away tonight on branches of thorns and torn branches, sinful as wood for tomorrow's kneeling hands to knock on. Thank you very much.
The table of 0. 0 times 1 is 0. 0 times 2 is 0. 0 times 3 is 0. 0 times 4 is 0. 0 times 5 is 0. 0 times 6 is 0. 0 times 7 is 0. 0 times 8 is 0. 0 times 9 is 0. 0 times 0 is 0. Thank you.
Thank you.
Dark royals of clouds cascade down my back as I toss my head forward to surge like tempestuous surf. Forward to my target, my goal, that which I will call mine. I ride high waves with childish glee. I dive into whirlpools with joy. Others flee. I run headlong into the thick of it. I race into the heaviest downpour, the wildest typhoon. The storm is my mother. She will never hurt me. In her wet bosom, I am content and peaceful. In her powerful grip, I am secure. It is her can-do spirit that permits me to soar amid the thunder, through the high gale, across impenetrable precipitation, through the lashing lightning over a restless sea. I find my silence in her eye. I find my music in her banshee's wail. Batten down the hatches, but leave a window open for me. She approaches in high heat and silence, and I must prepare to greet her.
Gazal of the Miliguas. Miliguas is the Bicol term for magnolia. In the heady steam of a stream in summer, I first caught sight of the jungle flower in my summer. Above the brown water, it hang its white petals. We splashed in the swollen stream of our summer. Between youth and manhood, we too swelled. We swam in the heady scent of the flower of summer. I stared in a trance. In the brown water, we cut our manhood. The water stained in our summer. In my memory now, wild male aguas. 1,000 rains have swollen the stream of many summers. Sacred lily, lone lotus, in the dark lush of summer, you shed the talisman pearl of my daydream summer.
The title is Bus Window. While traveling from Laguna to Manila, I tends to frame a moment from my window. By depth of morning haze, a farmer steered his dark carabao across the rice paddy through shimmering waters of stolen light. My mind leaned on glass. Once upon a time, a small chapel stood under the white shade of my childhood, and one acacia tree. The chapel was made of wood, rarely visited by a priest because our place was too far from the church plaza, or so that was how people at the Poblacion imagined our rural isolation. Small packets of nameless families farming a sea of fragrant earth by grace of moons and rain. On Sundays, we gathered to pray and sing, sat on benches in front of a faceless cross, our eyes closed to bear presence of the Lord. We occupy sacred space, a dirt floor, a room free of what we cannot afford, and promised someday to build an altar made of finest brass, showing an angel with a carabao blowing our rice field. The chapel doors were always kept open. We knew there was nothing to steal inside but the precious breath of our communion. While traveling from Manila to Laguna, I secretly summoned from my window what has been lost, what is still possible. Once upon a time, there was an angel. Each tail emerged and flowed, guiltless as paradise.
Sapagkat sumasalamin niyon sa aking kamusmusan. Noon, kapag umuulan, nagtatampisaw ako sa tubig. Hinahayaan kong damhin ang lamig ng langit. Ninanamnam ang tiramsik ng bawat likido, halakhakan at habulan kasama ang mga kalarong kaibigan. Tila rosas ako sa hadbin, lagi naghihintay ng biyaya, ng lalong husbong at mamulaklak ng ngiti. Kasabay sa paghitbi ng langit, ang paghintal ng ngiti sa aking mga labi, pagkat ang lungkot at bighati unti-unting napapaltan ng ligaya at pananabik. Kaya sa akin, Hindi dalamhati ang pagluha ng langit. Isa iyong nakaburdang alaalang, di kailanman mabubura. Salamat.
If you're lost outdoors in the forest or the woods, take your shirt off and wear it inside out. This breaks the spell the spirits placed on you. Grandmother's words on my 13th birthday. One time my brother tried this on a girl. He wore his shirt reversed and pounced on her. Please help me find the path to happiness, the shortcuts in your heart. Although she broke his nose with her good fist, they live together now in the village of lost things. Here, inside out is in. Sometimes I visit when I cannot find my keys. He'll marry once my brother finds the ring. Thank you.
Kwento! Bawayan ang sinasayawan lamang ang bagyo! O kahit anong umiiral para sa'yo. Kung ako ay isang sapatos, hatid kita kahit kailan. Saan man pumunta. Hanggang tayo ay tumanda. Nangangarap na bata lagi! Ang ating alamat kang hindi nagsasawang tumuklas, sumuri ng pinagmulan ng lahat. Alamat kitang tinuturo ako sa aking ugat. Kaya ako bumabangon tuwing umabagsak.
Larong bata. Sa South Superhighway, saglit na sumilip ang araw sa kaliwa. Kakaibang halo ng pula at ginto. Sa kabila, asul ng payapang lawang. Gising ka na kaya, ngunit nakahiga sa iyong kubo habang napahahaplos sa araw ang iyong pisngi, nananatiling nakasara ang iyong mga mata. Katulad ng laro natin nung tayo'y bata, pagpikit at hating dumilat sa ilalim ng talukap. Kung ika'y nakapikit, gabi ang paligid. Kung bahagya kang nakadilat sa loob, nasa pusod ka ng hinog na dalandan. Kakulay nitong kalawakan ngayong umaga. Noong umalis ako sa katimugan, muli kong natagpuan itong larong muntik nang malimutan. Sa bundok, ang laro ng pagpikit ay sining ng pag-unit ng pahinga ng hindi na pagkagapos sa lubid ng himbing. Anumang oras kailangan magising, agad kang makalulundag, tatakbo, kukulong, dadapa sa damo, pipisil ng gatilyo. Alam kong gising ka na ngayon at gusto kong isipin nakatingala ka rin sa buhang liwayway. Nakalimot man sa dati mong laro sa mata, ang maningas na kulay sa pusod ng dalandan, maaari mo pa rin makita ang ang ginto at dugo sa kalawakan, habang sabay tayong nakadilat, samantalang nakasarado pa ang talukap sa mata ng mundo. Salamat.
Once upon a dream, you came to me. Heavens filled your eyes with the stars. Divine as rain, you came. Far beyond the world, we sailed away. Cradled you with warmth in my arms. Against the tide, we stand. Far beyond the tide. And the moon smiles tonight, hearing my prayer, singing in amber light. Oh, my soul takes to flight. In my heart, you burn forever bright. How we used to live with such love. How we lived each moment so right. Blessed as the sea with thee. But fate must have its way. And through the night, I could hear you sigh with the stars. Just as a dream, be free. I could hear you say. The moon cries tonight, hearing my prayer. Pleading in amber light. In my heart, you shall forever burn bright. Thank you.
This is a ball, son. It's better than many feet. It never trips, never falls. See, it rolls across the floor past your hands. See, it bounces against the wall. Then, no, it feels no pain. Then into a corner, so we leave it alone. Watch it often. It's easily tamed. It will teach you fast and slow, same and different, up and down, words for shape and feel and failure. It will teach you what is alive and what is not. Here is your first lesson. You, my son, are alive, and this ball is not. Well, maybe a little in your little hands.
Stuff that can build empires or tear down reputations. Me, mother, father, love, hate. Friends, lovers, heart, whore, what? Jermaine, Bonmont, inveterate, persnickety, kvetching, epistolary. Corruption, impeachment, judiciary, democracy, death. Then you get older and realize that while a few words are the most effective way of communicating, you have to choose the right ones.
The thing is, when Diana and Mikael said that the theme was going to be enfants or infants, children, beginnings, I told myself immediately, I don't have a poem for kids or about kids. Completely forgetting that I did have at least a couple to my own kids at the time. I mean, when they were kids. Long ago, about 17 or 18 years ago, I did have a poem about my daughter when she was 2 years old, which would have been perfect for this reading. But I completely forgot about it. And desperately scrounging around for a poem, I found something that's not really a poem, but a verse, also written by me, but which happens to be part of this children's book that daughter of mine and I co-wrote about 17 years ago. And as I said, it's not much of a poem, it's really verse. It's almost doggerel, you know. So I will try to read it as such. It's so brief that I had to make up for it with this long introduction. Okay. But for the purposes of the chapbook, I call it the Rainbow Song. Rainbow Song. Red on the outside, purple on the inside. Roy G. Biv, Roy G. Biv. That's how I'm remembered far and wide. Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, and finally violet, which is purple too. All of 7 colors, from above to below. Mix 'em and fix 'em, but recall how they go. Red on the outside, purple on the inside. Roy G. Biv, Roy G. Biv. That's how I'm remembered far and wide. Thank you.
When Papa parks the car, the yellow tabby comes out. I'd come out to the garage with tiny treats for my friend. She'd finish it all, biscuits and all, and let me stroke her warm fur. Trembling warmth as she purrs, I lull to sleep with an invented song. Till one day, Papa parks the car, there my little tabby. But Papa stops me. Don't look, sorry. I'm so sorry. I pull away. Tabby is asleep by the tire, ignoring my biscuits. Her fur damp and still, supple sinews, now rigid and cold.
And there you have it. That was 50 solid minutes of the Spring of Poets 2012, brought to you straight from the comfort of my bedroom. Well, not the entire thing, but the intros and the extras and everything that you're seeing with me here. I decided to bring a little bit of like Blair Witchy flavor to you. I don't know if you would like it. And to Crip, my partner who is watching right now, I know you're probably thinking, she's out of her mind. Why is she recording herself this way? You probably thought I'd be using studio lighting in our studio residence, but I'm sorry, I really had no time to do it. But I love the viewers so much, I love you viewers so much, that I did my best, and I hope you enjoyed it. I missed out big time, and I promise that I will be at the Spring of Poets 2013. Until then, Crip and I will be back with more art and culture topics for you on Illuminati with Crip and Tricks. Good night, viewers, and thank you for joining us once again. We'll see you soon. Bye!